Small update today, depending on how you view it. We now have the world map functionality working. Weirdly, it's with the map working that I'm starting to get a bit of nostalgia for the actual game that I'm remaking. Anyway, I first of all tried to get a node-based movement system working for the map. I put the original map straight into Unity so I could get a feel for the movement once I added it. And then I started to set up nodes. So there are manual ones which require player input, and then there are automatic ones which continue the movement. So you can automatically walk through several different nodes. You can think of this as being the one at the start of the game where PLOK walks down to the beach, he jumps, then he goes along to the pier, gets in a boat, and then you get to the first level. That section where he jumps down and he goes up to the pier and all that kind of stuff, that's all automatic. So that's the difference between those two. For this map, what was important to me was being able to backtrack. It's something you can't do in the original. With this node system, I added events. So something can happen when you get to the node or you travel from the node in a certain direction. There's some footage here of the sprite changing when you get to a certain node, from the PLOK sprite to the Bob and Brother sprite. That's an example of it, and I'm using it for things like swapping to a boat or making the player jump, that kind of thing. I then made a bunch of sprites for the player moving, and I also then went on to do a bunch of the art for the map. The map art was challenging because it was such a big sprite. I could have done individual ones, but I didn't want to have to think about trying to use the right connecting pieces between the sprites. So instead, I just did it freeform. I slowly chipped away at it, but then I got hit by COVID, and COVID sucked. It was like a week or so where I had the worst of it, and then I've still got some of the effects afterwards, like an extremely annoying cough, which is great. Anyway, I got the art in and started to make it so that you had to unlock the different levels. You couldn't just go to levels like 5 down before you'd beat the ones before. So that now works, and I might add something like a free play mode so you can just go straight to all the levels, and then an arcade mode where you have to unlock them. As part of wrapping up World 1, I wanted to add the text to the game. So there's a score system, has text, there's cutscenes on the map, has text, and then there's text at the end of a level where PLOK says a few words, and there's also like a super bonus thing you can get when you defeat a boss. So I wanted to add that in. So I did this by creating my own font. There was a video by Mort who goes through how to create a pixel font, and then I imported that into Unity and got it working with TextMesh Pro. This is what a level looks like when you have all that text in there. And then when you've completed the level, the flag on the map updates and PLOK says a few words again. For this, I also added to the nodes the ability for the node to take you to the next one when you beat a level for the very first time. And obviously you can still backtrack if you don't want to play that next level straight away. Next, I went on to change the boss. So there were a couple comments on YouTube and Discord saying the boss should jump when it's hit, and that's absolutely true. I think I noticed it at the time, but I was worried about difficulty because I was struggling with it a lot already. But I've added it. It seems okay. The difficulty, after doing some tweaking, it might be easier, it might be more difficult. It's hard to say. It's kind of up in the air. So any more suggestions for it, please let me know. But yeah, they jump when they're hit, and that's pretty much it. With regards to World 1, I still need to do the secret levels and a few things like score pop-ups for defeating certain enemies. The only other thing I can think of really for World 1 is getting some sound effects in. I tried to find the original PLOK sound effects, but I can't find anything, just the music. So I might have to make those myself if I want to go and add those in. But yeah, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for updates.